Hey everyone, this is Erica Sabo. Welcome back to my weekly vlog special. I hope you've all been well. I have a lot of news, a lot of stuff that's been going on this week, so let's get started. Alright, so let's start with video games. For one, I beat the Bravely Default demo. I talked about Bravely Default in my last video. It's my demo impressions, and I am loving the hell out of this game to a point that I am very pleased I got a collector's edition. I am poor. I'm gonna just come right out there. I am very poor and I can't usually afford this kind of stuff, but I do anyways, and it's got to be like a really good reason for me to want to get it. And I think playing the demo really gave me a good impression, gave me a really good chance to take a look at the game and decide for myself whether or not it would be worth it. And it is totally worth it. It is totally worth it. I'm really excited to see more. I actually don't know if the contents within the demo are going to be in the full game. I'm hearing both sides, so it's hard to say, but I really did like it. I know a few of you did say that the ninja job is it's pretty overpowered, but you know, I was thinking that ninjas don't usually come into effect until later, so I'm really hoping that the ninja won't be available right away, because that'll make things... It won't exactly make things easier because things will still be difficult, but I would like to see there be a little bit of a progression towards it. I'm also really excited to see all these other jobs too. So yeah, February 7th, I'm super excited. There's actually going to be an event going on here in Toronto at one of the EB Games by Yonge and Dundas Square. I am super stoked for that, so if any of you live in Toronto and you want to meet me, yeah, meet me. I want to meet all of you. So yeah, if you do, please comment below, let me know, and we can do like a little meetup and chit chat about the game and its awesomeness, right? So another game that I have like a list here because I have so many things to talk about. Another game that I was actually playing yesterday with my boyfriend was BlazBlue Continuum Shift Extend. Now, BlazBlue is a series I'm really into, and something I mentioned actually on Twitter and on Facebook as well. I love this series. I love how complex and distinct the character roster is. I am constantly challenged by this game. I suck at this game, I'll be honest. I totally suck at this game and this series of games. And I'm really only good at like one character or two characters. Like Tao Kaka I'm pretty good at. A11 I've gotten a lot better at and I love playing as her. And who else? Booby Lady, because I never want to call her, I think it's Lychee or Leich. I don't know, it varies, but I always wanted to be good as her, but I'm not very good at her, unfortunately, yet. And Trinity, I really like how she's like the cute little magical girl, but she's so badass at the same time. So yeah, speaking of BlazBlue, I am obviously super stoked for Chrono Phantasma that is going to be coming out, I think at the end of March. I believe it was March 25th. So we're going to be getting the limited edition of that, definitely. Comes with a cute little chibi Nendroid figure of Rachel, so that's going to be cool. I'm really looking forward to that, and I gotta work on my skills. I gotta work on my skills so that when I play I don't get totally trounced every time. So aside from that, I've also been playing Asura's Wrath. As I mentioned in my last video, we've been doing a podcast, Backloggers Anonymous, with the Pixelbit team, Julian and Angelo, and myself, and we are talking about the game. So we just passed episode 9, and so we did an impressions video of that, and then that should be going up soon. I'll link to it below when it does go up, and I'll link to it on Twitter and Facebook as well. And yeah, I mean, the game has been really great. I didn't spend a whole lot of time with it. It's something that I've wanted to spend a lot of time with, but I didn't, and I didn't realize like what a fast-paced game it would be. I knew it was full of these quick time events, not something that I was really looking forward to. Not that I don't like quick time events, but I feel like they can take away from the gameplay, but I think this really added to the gameplay, seeing how cinematic it is and how anime it is. Like, honestly, this is like the quintessential anime game. All anime games should have this kind of material unless it's like a fighting game, right? Because it's totally different. Like, I think about like the One Piece games, for instance. I think that they could totally use these episodic pieces I feel like they could use the recaps or next time on or quick time events because they are very cinematic. Like, anime is very cinematic. It's very melodramatic. It works well. It's also saying that we were playing the Fist of the North Star game. Brad was playing it because he really likes Fist of the North Star, and they came out with a video game some time back, and it would be really cool if, yeah, it has some cinematic aspects to it, but I feel like it could take a lot from Asura's Wrath. Asura's Wrath is great so far, and I can't wait to do part 2 of our impressions, so please stay tuned for that as well. And let's see, what else do we have here? And then, of course, there's one thing I wanted to mention. I got a really amazing game from one of you YouTubers, Xeric. I hope you're watching this. You are so amazing, dude. Thank you so much. And everyone, you should check out his channel. He does some really great Let's Plays. He sent me Breath of Fire 3. Now, this came about when I was still talking about Breath of Fire 4. I got it in one of my monthly pickups. And I had mentioned that I had actually never played Breath of Fire 3, and so he started doing a Let's Play of it, and I was really enjoying it. And then Christmas came around, and he's like, I want to send you something, so then this happened, and it's actually, yeah, it's wow, it's wow. It's, I haven't played it yet, I was planning on playing after the Bravely Default demo, so now that I'm done with that, I can finally put some time back into my PSP. It's not really feeling the love right now, but it will be soon with this game. I'm really excited. I actually really needed an old school JRPG to play, and I've heard from a lot of my friends here that this is one of the best. This is one of the best. I played a bit of 1, 2, and a bit of 4, and I really want to spend a lot of time with 3. So Xeric, thank you so much. You are amazing, and I really, 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 truly appreciate this from you. Please, everyone, if you haven't checked out Xeric, I highly, highly recommend you check out his channel. So yeah, I think that's it in terms of gaming. I think it is. Is it? Yeah, it is. Alright, let's move on to anime. Alright, so anime-wise, I actually just finished Canon 2006, and yeah, that was a sad one. That was a really sad one, but it was so good. It was so good. I know a lot of you were telling me you like Canon, or I should watch Clannad, you know, all these key visual novel adaptations. And I am actually going to start Clannad now that I'm done with Canon. But I will say right now that what I like so much about these, and I've heard this millions of times, but it's really nice to be able to experience it for myself, is the fact that, I mean, when you think about it, it's a visual novel. It's kind of like a harem style to it. But each of these girls, they have so much depth to them. They have such distinct stories, such distinctly sad stories at that. Some of them are more fantastical than others, but regardless, they are all kind of human. They all have very similar themes, and a lot of those themes have to do with grief or guilt of some sort. So I cried. I cried quite a few times, and I think a lot of you probably have too, or you will if you do try out anime or visual novels like these, because they kind of speak to your soul. They you connect with them on levels that you might not anticipate, considering how not all the scenarios or not all the stories are going to be relatable, but there will be parts of them that might remind you of parts in your life that made you feel some sort of grief or guilt. I really like that a lot, and sometimes I need animes like that. Sometimes I need these kinds of things. So this actually really makes me want to play the key visual novels as well. So I actually really like visual novels. I was actually thinking about starting up again, what was it called? It's a good thing I have my phone on me because there's like too much stuff. Oh yeah, Katawa Shoujo, which is a really interesting, really unique visual novel that was released by some guys on 4chan, actually, of all the things. And they released this really cool visual novel on like disabled girls, and it's very sensitive, and it really covers the issue in a really emotional level, and I'm really impressed by it. I love how sensitive it is to the issue, because it was kind of a controversial game when it came out, but I really liked it, and it's the only visual novel I have on my computer right now. And I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, oh, I really want to play this again. I really like those interactions and getting to know each of the girls and then deciding who my true love will be, because I love anime girls. It's funny, I tend to become more connected to anime girls than anime guys, unless we're talking about, I don't know, like Free or something, because the guys in that are so hot. But yeah, there's something about anime girls. I just love the way they look, and yeah, they're all distinct in their own way, and I think that each of the girls in canon were super distinct, and I feel like in Katawa they were super distinct, and yeah, visual novel time. Maybe that's what the next video is going to be talking about in terms of games. Who knows? So Clannad is going to be happening soon, and Clannad After Story. Do not worry, I will do both. I've heard amazing things. After that I might move on to Air, maybe. And then I've already watched Angel Beats. I know a few of you suggested Angel Beats. Angel Beats is not Key, but it is by Key animators, I believe, or artists. So that was a cry fest as well. Really enjoyed that. But yeah, so anime-wise, I get that. Another really sad anime is Nagino Asakara, which I think I mentioned in my last vlog as well. It's picked up after the first part, and there's been a big gap of time. I think it's been 5 years that have passed in the anime, and it is, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's probably become more sad than it was even before. I thought before it was sad with all the unrequited loves and the love polygon going on, but it's gone to a whole new level, So if you're interested in checking it out, because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, lush world. The stories are very sensitive. It's very down to earth despite being a very fantastical type story. I really enjoy it, much like how I'm enjoying canon and hopefully Clannad, which I'm sure I will. You can find it on Crunchyroll, actually, which you can watch for free with ads, or you can get a subscription like I do, and then you don't have ads and you can watch it in HD. So that's super cool. In terms of canon, you can actually watch that on Funimation. So I would definitely suggest that as well. Yeah, so another thing I wanted to mention is I actually got a tattoo, guys. I totally got a tattoo. And this is an anime related tattoo, hence why it's in the anime section of my vlog. So here, let me just show it to you first. So it is Sailor Moon inspired. It's a nice one, huh? So I really hope you saw that, or else I'll have to cut this and then show it to you again. But it's just the Sailor Moon crescent moon. I ended up getting it because it was actually my first anime as a kid. This was the first anime I watched before I even knew what anime was. And for years later, I did not know what it was regarded as. I was like, so what is this style of animation? What is this? And it wasn't until I was a teen that I found out it's called anime. So it's kind of a weird realization over the years. But, you know, Sailor Moon is one of those animes that really influenced who I am today, and I kind of have to give it a bit of a nod. It's really important to me, and I felt, you know what, I need to do this. This is like my thank you, right? So I actually think I want to get another Sailor Moon tattoo on the back of my legs. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I really like the brooch tattoos that you can get, or just like the brooch in general, or the different brooches, and I'd like to get them on the back of my legs, or like the bows. So yeah, that may happen, we'll see. But I really hope you like this. It's like nice and super simple, and it's really sentimental to me. Not only that, but it actually doubles as my zodiac sign too, because I am a Cancer. And my my planet, or the planet I am affiliated with, is the moon. So it can serve two different purposes, and something that I'm really into. Astrology is something that I've always been really interested in, and yeah, it's not always on the ball, by no means, but it's still really important to me. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was my YouTube channel and updates. I know last vlog I was talking about all these new little things I wanted to do in terms of merchandise, and I did start some stuff. So I've been wanting to work with perler beads for a while, and I think that Pixel Nut, who's also another really great YouTuber, she really drove that inspiration forward. It was just something that's always been on the back burner for me, but it's something I've always wanted to do, and I felt like, you know, what can I do that could make for good merchandise, that could make, I don't know, that could be something that is totally me. You know, if you want something MindBit related, then what can personify that? And I was like, well, I change my hair a lot. So, and I love changing my hair colors and everything. And I'm really into retro games. So I started looking into Perler because it works so well with retro games. It's so easy. I mean, you get a pixelated picture and you can turn it into that, but you can turn it into like a Perler project. And I think that retro games really lend well to that. I also really like the character design for games like Earthbound. I really like the Mother series. I just love that art style. I love that art style. So I went and I used a template and I kind of made my own little Perlers of myself, which might seem a little bit narcissistic, but I think they turned out pretty cute. So here's one of them. And then I made another one with the side ponytail because I love rocking the side ponytail every now and again. And then I have one for when my hair used to be, it was actually more grayish purple, but I did like a little purple. And then I gave them cutesy outfits that I either own or I would like to own. And then I have this one with purple hair. So I'm going to be making one more. I'm thinking I might sell these little guys. These ones I'm going to keep just because these are kind of duds. They're not really, they're not in the best condition, and I'm still trying to figure out the best method of ironing. I'm having a little bit of a hard time ironing, and if I want to send this sort of stuff out, I want to make sure they don't break in the mail. So if any of you have any experience with perler beads and how to best mail them or how to best iron them, I would love to hear from you, because usually the little borders, like the black parts, they tend to want to come undone. So it's a little bit tricky keeping those together. I've also heard don't iron the front, but then some people say do iron the front. So please let me know, guys. These came about originally when I was using a program called Pixin, where it makes it really easy to create sprites. Sprites are things I've always wanted to make. I love making sprites, and that's kind of where this came to be. And yeah, I'm really loving Pixin. If you're interested in making sprites, I would definitely check out the app. It's very cool, and I think one of the perler beads just fell off. That's yay. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of trial and error for me, so please give me your advice. With this, I'm also creating I'm actually creating a MindBit design for like a t-shirt or from some sort of apparel. I'm going to make sure that the design is big enough, because right now it's a bit on the small side. So I'm working with different companies to see what company will work best with me and my particular t-shirt design. So there's a lot of them out there. In terms of shirt designs, I might go with Spreadshirt. We'll see. In terms of other merchandise, I'm going to go with my Store Envy. I have a Store Envy right now where I was selling just extra video game collectibles I've got at events, just because some of them were building up, some of them I wasn't really into, and things I wanted to go to you know, families, to people who would really love and care for them. And so far that's been going pretty well, but I want to do original stuff, like original, like craftsy stuff. And I think these perler beads have really helped with that. I'm going to be making perler bead projects for characters from games that I mentioned on here too, or even anime. So please stay tuned for that as well. We'll see how that goes. I think I need to actually get more perler beads, because I'm really running... I realize that I don't have all the colors I need necessarily, especially for skin tones. It's actually really tricky, so I'm a bit limited in what I can do, and I'm limited to this this almost sand color here. So I'm gonna keep working on that and keep experimenting with color combinations and seeing what works best for shading, because that's something I really want to work on. So I really hope you like these. I think they're super cute, and I'll be posting pictures of them all together when they are complete. So I have one more to go, and yeah, hopefully I'll be a master perler bead maker in no time. Who knows? So aside from that, I actually really wanted to, and I decided I want to do this as like a tradition for every week, because I check out so many YouTubers every week. I want to give some shout outs. I want to give shout outs to YouTubers that I've been checking out, YouTubers that I love, YouTubers that offer you know, whatever kind of content. They could be for anime figurines, they could be for gaming, retro gaming or current gen gaming, they could be about JRPGs, they could be about life itself, it could be about all kinds of things. So I do want to give a shout out to a lot of different YouTubers who I will be linking below in my details. So some that I really want to mention are people like Alyssa White, Femtrooper, Pixelnut, Dongled, Shintai Reviews, who else? Donkey Blonky 28. I always forget your name, dude. You're like one of my newer subscribers, and I really love your videos so far. So yeah, I mean, who else? We've got Xeric, who I mentioned before, The Gaming Shelf as well, and Jurassic. I want to say, like, thank you all. You have inspired me so much. You have done loads. You have no idea. You have done loads. And it's really nice to have such a community here and to be able to make friends and get to meet people who feel the same way that I do, because sometimes I feel a little bit alone in such a big city. I meet a lot of people who have similar interests, but it's always nice to be able to connect on the internet as well, and I think YouTube has really done that for me, which I will be making a video of too. Femtrooper, you might know what I'm talking about. So yeah, all of you, I love you. I love you so much, and thank you so much, whether new subscriber or old. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is becoming a bigger and bigger community for all kinds of passionate people, and I'm really happy to have gotten to know all of you. So yeah, I'm gonna link to all of them below. If you've checked them out, let me know what you think of some of them and who your favorites are. And if you haven't, please do check them out. Check out at least a couple of their videos each and see what you think. So I hope you enjoyed. That was a lot to cover in a short period of time. There's a lot of stuff coming up in terms of videos for me, so do stay tuned. And I hope to see you again very soon. Alright, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think and what you've been doing this week. Alright, have a good one, everybody. Peace.